Welcome back in. Can a big breakfast help you lose weight? That's a good question with apparently no clear answer. Dr. Beth Kitchens, a diet nutrition expert at UAB. She joins us on Tuesdays as always. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Mike.
Now, for a lot of folks, including myself, this is my favorite meal of the day.
Right.
Unfortunately, with the schedule, I don't get to always eat
You
it on
don't
the
get to eat a
weekdays.
good breakfast, because your work schedule interferes with that. Mike, we've talked about these breakfast studies, and there are some nutrition experts who say, I don't want to see another breakfast study that's observational, because we've seen all these studies over the years that come out. Some say you should eat breakfast, some say you shouldn't. And the problem with all of these studies that have come out is that they have really weak study designs. And so we really can't tell much definitive about them. There's no cause and effect. It's observational. They just don't tell us very much. Well, last week a study was published, not the definitive study, but a lot better study design that kind of lays the groundwork, hopefully, for more studies that show us whether or not breakfast actually is helpful, particularly in the area of weight loss.
What did they find out?
So what these researchers did is a pretty interesting study. Now, I want to start out saying it was only 16 people, so not a huge amount of people, but 16 people. And what they did is they had them come into the lab for 3 days at a time. And their first 3 days, they ate a very light breakfast. They took their total number of calories. They ate only 11% of those calories in the morning. And then they ate 69% of them at dinner. So very light breakfast and then a lot of calories at dinner. And then they had them flip that at another set of 3 days later down the road in the study design. And so what they did is then they had the same participants eat 69% of their calories at breakfast, so a really big breakfast and then a very light dinner. And what they found was kind of interesting. What they found was that after breakfast is when we burn more calories, like 2.5 more calories times calories.
That big word, thermogenesis?
Thermogenesis. This is called diet-induced thermogenesis. And this is the number of calories that you burn after you eat food. When you eat a meal, you have to do something with that food. And that burns off some calories. And what they found is that after breakfast is when this diet-induced thermogenesis, this calorie burning, is at its highest. And so if we eat the bulk of our calories in the morning, we're going to burn off more calories and hopefully end up with better weight loss. Hypothesized, right? Now, the other interesting thing they found was that when the participants ate a huge breakfast, they were less likely to be hungry throughout the rest of the day and less likely to crave sweets. So this was pretty interesting. Now, Mike, can we say from this that everybody should eat breakfast and it's going to result in this big weight loss? They didn't really study that. They studied, calorie burning and hunger. And the other thing we need to point out is that the participants were all normal weight men. They were not overweight. So that's kind of interesting as well. This may not apply to the people that we really would want to apply this to. But what I would tell people who are looking at this study is that if you're trying to lose weight, if you're struggling, you've hit a plateau, and you find you're hungry throughout the day and craving sweets, why not try shifting your calories to your breakfast meal? See if maybe eating a bigger breakfast works for you.
Do your own
Do a little self-study there.
You go.
That's right. And then we'll look for hopefully more and better studies like this in the future that will actually tell us if breakfast helps us.
Dr. Beth Kitchen, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
All right, I don't know if JJ's had breakfast or not, but we'll find out what he's doing. Hey, Jay.